Well, we're going to be live in a second. We could probably start talking. I think we are officially live now,
Live?
Harris. We're live.
Fellman and Tellman? Fellman. Oh, I should have put just Fellman. Oh no.
There's
Can
still
I change
time
it?
to change it. You could still update it.
How?
There's still time. Just
Settings.
click on the little the three dots down below on your on the video screen on the dashboard next to the mic. You see the mini thumbnail of yourself down below?
I have settings, I have audio, I have virtual background. Enter the dots. Oh.
Yeah, the dots.
Edit name.
There it is.
Fellman.
That's it. The magic is about to happen.
All right.
That's right.
Are we going? Oh, wait, we're live. We're live, and nobody can see us because I have not been able to stream it to anybody.
It's all right. People will see us soon enough. So Harris and I have an announcement to make.
We do. It's we both used to have a partner, and
it's also true.
And now we're going to be partners.
We're partnering up. We're partnering up. So we have a mystery project we're working on, and we're not going to tell you what it is today, but you can guess. We're going to tell you some of the things about this without telling you exactly what it is, and we would love to see the first person to guess correctly is going to get a free copy of the new program we're working on releasing. Okay. So there's the first hint. We're releasing a new quote unquote program. I'll say program. Harris and I, we've known each other since roughly 2006. Is that right?
Yeah.
It's a long time.
You're fucking old.
I know. How old are you?
Older than you.
Oh, come on. Seriously, how old are you?
55.
You're 55. I'm 47.
Oh my God. I'm fucking
and
old.
We've decided to so we used to go to seminars together back in the day. We were involved with several cross promotions, launches, different projects that we helped each other out with at various capacities along the way. And we decided that and we've stayed friends for years, even though we haven't actually done business together for a very, very, very long time, I don't think.
Yeah, I think I moved away. I moved out of the country and kind of got disconnected, I think, from a lot of people. Very few people stayed in. I mean, I created a business that did not require me to be as networky as as I used to be. That's a word now, networky. Yeah. But I live in Barcelona. Currently, I'm in the UK. I'm actually there's a corner of my room there in the UK. It doesn't look great. You too can be a thousandaire, just like me, living in this little
thousandaire.
That's funny. Anyway, so yeah, we're super excited about the thing that we're doing together. I think people are going to really get a lot out of it. What can we tell them? What kind of benefits could we tell them about it without telling them what it is?
Well, we can tell them a little bit about what we do for a living and what we specialize in, and that might begin to give people a hint. So, Harris, you've been running a traffic business for a long time. That's been one of your major things where people buy email traffic from you.
Yeah, like dedicated broadcasts, or people call them solo ads. I just call it traffic, or publishers sending from their newsletters. So yeah, I've done that for the last 10 years, same business. Yeah.
But you've also embarked on a new career path in that time.
Yeah, the magic. I have the truth is that business was going well enough. I had somebody else running it, and I dipped back into something that I was passionate about, like even before I got married, which is entertaining. And I got bit by the performer bug again. I started doing magic, and then real quickly, where I live in Barcelona, there happens to be a really good English comedy scene. And I was able to do a lot of English comedy, stand-up comedy, but it's stand-up comedy magic for me. I do magic. I don't have any magic tricks. I wasn't ready for this call. So you could say we're screwed on the magic. Oh my God. Where did he make that appear from just off screen?
That was incredible. That's truly incredible.
Thank you very much.
So
I could make it disappear. I could take this. And go like that.
Presently, Harris and I, until very recently, Harris and I were both solopreneurs. I've been a solopreneur for a while. I used to have a 40-person team, but for the last several years, I've been a solopreneur. And looking back over all of my entrepreneurial career and looking at my biggest successes, one of the things that I found was that all of my biggest successes didn't come from working alone. All of my biggest successes came through collaborating with other people. And so that's a major theme. That's a major hint about what Harris and I are working on together. Is we're working
collaborating on what we're collaborating on together.
We're collaborating on a process that's going to help solopreneurs, not going to, but has been helping solopreneurs for over 20 years to dramatically accelerate their progress in their business through collaboration. And so there's a lot more to it. I know that's kind of vague.
There's a couple of levels of collaboration with it, actually, that I think that got us really excited. Like I called it like the main thing has a collaborative level to it. And then also, as Tellman alluded to as well, he worked with 40 people at some point, which we're not necessarily saying that has anything to do with anything, but that ends up being, there's kind of like it's like a jelly donut. There's a glazed jelly donut where inside the donut, you bite in and you're like, ooh, it's even better,
even better. We're still on that donut thing, huh?
But yeah, I haven't eaten a donut in a long time. If you guys know me, I am thinner than I usually am. I used to be larger. So Tellman, what was I going to say? You mentioned the collaborative part of it. What's a solopreneur? What do you mean by that?
Solopreneur. Well, so especially post-COVID, right? This is, it became more popular than ever to become a solopreneur as a result of COVID. Lots of people lost their jobs. Lots of people found themselves working from home. So even if they aren't an entrepreneur, a lot of people found themselves needing to operate in isolation. And sometimes being an entrepreneur is a great thing to do on the side if you're operating in isolation. So many work from home jobs were created. Being a solo, but for those of us who've been an internet entrepreneur or a solopreneur for any amount of time, COVID wasn't really that different in that regard. Solopreneurs, especially now, are everywhere, and they're getting lonelier and lonelier. What I've discovered is that as we have more and more tools, take AI, for instance, do we even need copywriters anymore? This is a debate. What I can say is that AI is helping a lot of entrepreneurs to not need to rely on copywriters as much. And that takes out some additional human interaction. That's one of our most recent examples of an isolating activity that solopreneurs engage in. If you've been finding that you're having a hard time making the speed of progress that you want to make, and you're working by yourself, you're wearing all the hats in your business. If you're doing customer support, if you're writing the copy, if you're coming up with the offers, if you're helping the clients or the customers, if you're doing all the tech, if you're making all the decisions, if you're running the show by yourself, maybe you have a little bit of help. Maybe you have an outsourced.
Yeah, I mean, a solopreneur can still, right? I guess a solopreneur can still have like a VA or a couple of VAs or somebody doing their customer service. Like, because I guess I still consider myself currently a solopreneur again, but I do have two customer service people, somebody that part-time helps with accounting, somebody that part-time helps with developing, but like it's still ultimately with the traffic business, it's become just me. I used to have somebody that runs it, and now that's not what's happening. Right. I'm pretty much like day-to-day solopreneuring, whatever. Yeah, that's interesting. So, but I've never really, you know what? I guess the traffic business, I had somebody helping me run it as quickly as I could, so that I wasn't really feeling like I was doing it all alone, you know?
Right.
And I think everything that I've been successful on, I don't really think you really do it. There's not too many people that really do anything alone. So
I disagree. There are some people. I've known some people in the internet marketing world who are able to thrive as a one-man band, as a
MJ, is MJ one of them? Do you think MJ?
No, definitely not. He's always had a large, like, outsourced team, even though they're not like in-house or something. He's always had a good team behind him.
Okay.
Though he has a lot of the characteristics of some of the guys that I've seen. So a lot of the people that I've seen over the years that seem to be successful as a one-person show team, a lot of them came from a personal training or competitive athletic background. A competitive team-oriented. Basically, they're willing to and able to stay disciplined and do the reps. They're able to go in and do the repeated process without anybody holding their hand.
And then not you. You're a marathoner, and yet you didn't end up following.
No, I really need people around, man. Like, either in person or virtually. I need to work with people and have other people to be communicating with and responsible to, in order to up my own game. Right. And without that, I get stuck in a little bubble and end up making much slower progress than I ever would. One of the biggest challenges with being a solopreneur is lack of outside accountability. Lack of anybody other than yourself who's going to be impacted if you do or don't get that thing done today. Right. And so so if you're a solopreneur and you want to make faster progress by working with people.
I want to say one more. I want to say one more thing about this, and then I definitely have to go because
we both got to roll.
But one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, if you had to get started right now, what would you do? You know, or if you were having trouble growing your business, what would you do? And I think that the thing that you and I are doing right now is more often than not the answer for that, for some of the reasons that you were alluding to. I know you wanted to stay on kind of seems like you wanted to stay on that nugget of collaboration, but really it's for that as well. It's really like, because how do you make money online? There's 10,000 ways to make money online.
Yeah, it's like, how do you make money?
Right.
There's literally a million ways to make money. Like,
right,
come on.
Right. Yeah. All right. So listen, I got to get going. First person to guess, like, what the thing is that we're going to be creating.
Teaching. What are we going to teach people? Here's another hint. This is something that Harris and I not only both have a ton of experience in, but it's a model that we've both implemented and taught independently in detail, but many years ago.
Yeah, the basic of the model that we're talking about. Yeah.
It's an exceptionally powerful framework that transcends the internet, meaning the framework that we're going to be sharing with you literally has been, I'm not like giving you some weird BS, like literally has been being used for hundreds of years. Okay. Yeah. Since people were working together on projects, this model is, however, if you want to think about it in terms of online, that might be a little bit easier to wrap your head around. It involves building a list real fast.
Okay.
It's one thing it involves. It involves
leveraging the expertise of others.
Yep. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
Who can guess? And if you guess correctly in the comment, if you're the first person to guess correctly in the comments below, we will give you a copy of the new program when it's released. But in the meantime, yeah.
And you're going to give me this link so I can share it on my stuff. Like,
yeah,
I'll be able to.
It's on my Facebook. It's easy to find.
Okay, great. Thanks. Hey, it was thanks for having me do this. Good seeing you guys.
11:11, Harris. It's 11:11.
It's good. It's good for you guys to have seen me.
That's right. More to come. More to come.
I can't see anybody. Yeah, let's do it. All right. Take care.
Bye, guys.